friends, this is Grace and welcome to my channel and welcome to layout number 3 for A to Z layout. And I am trying to spin my little spinner here and it fell onto Z, and so we're going to use that as our prompt today, and it's zebra print or animal print. I do have a ribbon that has the zebra print, so I'm going to use that. And because I was going through my ribbons, I thought, well, maybe pull out a few more ribbons, because why not, right? This is my challenge for myself and I can make my own rules. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to start off by gutting this white paper. It's actually, you're seeing the back side of the paper. I have purchased a few of those clearance packs of 12 by 12 pattern papers from Hobby Lobby, just because I can't help myself. And so sometimes I will get a paper that I don't really care for. This particular one had either a yak or a buffalo, a big picture of it on the front, and I really don't have any use for them. And so I usually just use the back side because it is, like, I consider it as a white paper. It's flimsy, I'm going to admit to that, especially the Paper Studio brand, but it's good for things like this and for like if you just need to back up something. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I am going to have a light blue cardstock there. Now I am going to use the leftover piece and I am going to layer some ribbons here. So I'm going to add my big wide zebra ribbon, and then I'm going to add the other ones. And I use the colors black, yellow, and blue because those are the school colors of my son's high school team. Now these pictures are of 2022, 21, I don't know. It was his senior year, and this was his last year wrestling. Unfortunately, his senior year was COVID season, and so even though he did really great that season, he was, I think, up to the point of the regionals, he was 19-0, 19 wins. No, I think 19-1, 19 wins, 1 loss, something like that. And then he went to regionals, and we have some really strong wrestlers in our region. And so he actually he made 3rd place for that weight class, which in normal years would make it that he qualified for state. But because it was COVID, they were only taking the top 2, so the 1st place and 2nd place was only able to go to state, which was a bummer. Like, I feel like they cheated the athletes for that year. I know everybody was trying to be careful, but I also think that was I don't know, it was really heartbreaking, I think, especially for the athletes themselves, because especially like for my son, that was his last year, and the people that were making those decisions basically stole their chances from them. So anyways, I'm moving on. But this was his last year, and so I wanted to document a little bit about his last year, how we are still proud of him, even though he was not able to go to state that year. I feel, and even up to this date, I still feel like he had a very successful year that year. He was also named... he got the Ram of the Year award, which is like their MVP award for their team. So that was really nice. But going back to the layout, like I showed you earlier, I layered the ribbons and then I ran them through my die cut machine with a circle die. So then I have these circles, and in my mind I was going to scatter them on the layout just to have some design to them. And initially I had thought, well, I will put my photos in the middle and kind of sprinkle the circles all around. But I really didn't like that look, and I didn't get as many circles as I had wanted to put on the layout in this particular design. So then I'm moving things around, and I'm seeing that there's actually a direction that I can make this layout go, or the circles go. It can go diagonal from the bottom left to the top right. So I'm starting to do that here, and then I'm moving things around. As you can see, I'm able to put more circles in this kind of position. But again, I'm going to move things around a little bit more and then see what I come up with. And you'll see at the end that what design I eventually come up with. Just so you know, it was really hard to cut these circles in the shape because the ribbons are very thick. Like, I ran it through my die cut machine at least 5 times, and it still wouldn't cut through all the way. And again, because I have like velvet ribbon in there, I have like satin, I have the gross grain, so it was a little bit harder to cut them. But because I had ran them through the die cut machine at least 5 times, it did make those indentations or the markings of the circle. So I just went with my craft knife and just finished off the cutting myself. And it was a little bit tedious, I'm not gonna lie, but it all worked out. I'm happy with the way I was able to add these zebra. And guess what, guys? I was able to use the whole zebra, like the whole ribbon that I had. So I no longer have any zebra print ribbons in my stash. Well, this wide anyways. No, I think this was my only one. So I was able to use it up. So yay me. I'm very happy about that. And it just shows you that these kinds of challenges is what I need to be able to use up the items that I have in my stash. So I'm moving things around, and I don't know if you noticed, but I'm using the yellow as kind of my directional line. So I started from the top right, and my yellow is horizontal, and then the next one next to it is vertical, and then I just go and crisscross, and I really like that. And I like how the yellow, there's yellow in my photos, and then there's also yellow in the ribbon, and so they all kind of blend together. Another thing that I wanted to tell you was there's pictures. The other 2 pictures are of my son and his other teammates, and some of them also fell in the position that he did, where they placed in regionals, but they could not make it to state because of that rule, that COVID rule. Anyways, for my title, what I did was I have this steel cut die, alphas, and I did the technique that everybody or a lot of people do, where they layer the dies together to make their own thick alpha stickers. And so that's what I did here. I already had the letters actually cut out. I just needed like certain letters to be cut more so that there's 3 layers in each one. So it didn't take me long to do that, but I like that there's a sprinkle of the different colors of the red and the black and the gray. And then I also added some words there to add just words to remind me of the hard work that my son did for this particular season. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye now.